Nobody ever gets Josephed. They always get married.
Yeah. All right, hit record.
We are recording.
Oh.
I don't think it got your whole story though, so there's like
That's
no
all right.
context.
That's all right. That's all right.
We don't really have a real intro
No,
for
we
the
don't.
show anyway.
No Tanner this week.
Mhm.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
I have no update to like the resolution of that. We really haven't sat down and like figured out what our schedules look like. So
yeah,
he'll be back at some point. I assume.
Yeah, let's hope.
All good.
Yeah. NFL free agency's tampering has started. Has free agency officially started?
Maybe. Let's go with maybe.
Maybe.
Vibes tampering starts, free agency starts.
The vibes say yes.
The vibes say yes, because legal tampering might as well be free agency.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been lit. I will play the music real quick, and then we'll dive into the free agency frenzy. Before we get into free agency frenzy, my Luka jersey finally came in.
Let's go.
The GOAT. I am what Nico Harrison sees when he looks at Luka Doncic. This is what he sees, and the world sees a superstar. He just sees me. Indistinguishable. If I walk past him, especially in this jersey, because it fits a little snug, he would be like, look at him. Glad I traded him.
Look at him.
He's just as out of shape as I thought.
Yeah, if he sees him as like slightly shorter, and
you know what?
I said slightly shorter.
for your normal running bit of me being short, slightly shorter than 6'7" or 8, whatever.
Yeah,
is probably even taller than my normal height.
Like, don't tell Luke, but he's like actually pretty tall. He's taller than me, and so the average person compared to Luke is.
I mean, I'm taller than Caleb, but that doesn't. I don't know if I'd classify it as pretty tall, but I'm not short. Anyway, I guess while we're talking about my jersey, I have like one thing to say about NBA because this is going to be all football today.
Yeah.
Kyrie tore his ACL, and that sucks. It's been a while at this point, but we didn't have last week. Shooting free throws with tears running down his face. That sucked. So, or did we talk about that?
I don't know if we did. We didn't know because it happened last week.
We talked about Kyrie recently.
No, we were talking about how like we were happy that he was doing well and like he rebounded and like was almost like.
Yeah, because I was about to start saying those same things. I'm like, wait, we've done this.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Kyrie. Hope he has a good recovery.
Yeah.
With that being said, football is king. And
DK Metcalf is a Pittsburgh Steeler.
And DK Metcalf's a Pittsburgh Steeler. Thoughts, Caleb?
I like it. I like it a lot. Like it's a huge sign. Like they gave him a lot of money, but you need like George Pickens isn't quite a true number one yet. Like still has some things to work on. And who better of a mentor to have than DK Metcalf? Like someone who just like has his head on straight and doesn't complain and doesn't fight with people. Like just someone who's just like an easygoing guy.
Yeah. For sure. Some would say he has his head on very straight.
Yeah, he can't turn.
Considering, well, not only that, but considering some of the proposals that he's made to
and also like you usually like want your number one guy to get like double coverage, something like that, like to take away from the other guys. Like DK wants quadruple coverage.
Yeah. He wants to be triple team.
He's still going to score.
And you can triple team him all you want. He's still going to score. In fact, that's how he wants to score.
And he might score multiple times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Against triple team?
Yeah.
He welcomes it.
Yeah.
He seeks it.
Yeah. But we also got news that Cooper Kupp is available. And everybody in our group chat said they wanted him.
Yeah, everyone was like, me. I'll place a bid.
Dibs.
Which I kind of thought about after, and I was like, I don't really know where he fits his role. Like, he would definitely be amazing. But I don't know.
He's lost some speed, but he's an insane route runner. So
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's hard.
I
thought they were about to trade him, but
yes, that's what I was going to get at. We kind of knew he was available, but
yeah,
to this point where he gets released, it was starting to feel like, okay, if they were going to be able to work out a trade, they probably would have by now.
mm-hmm.
And I think the problem is knowing that the Rams were going to move on, especially once they signed Davante.
Yeah,
they had no leverage. The only leverage they really had would have been a team being worried that he'll choose a different team. So they're like, we're going to trade for him, so he has to come to us.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see where he goes. Speaking of Davante Adams, I mean, we can hit some of this stuff here. He signed a 2-year deal with the Rams, I believe. Could have been 3. No idea. Yeah. But that's cool. I mean, that's going to be a good duo, him and Puka.
Yeah.
Who Puka, surprisingly, giving his number to Davante Adams.
Yeah, well, he was number 12 in college.
Jersey number. Yeah, he was. But I would like to know if he was planning on doing that, or if that was like, oh, Davante went 17. Yeah, I was 12 in college.
Yeah.
I'll switch.
Yeah, I don't know. But I like that. I do like that fit. I think it's going to help. It's going to be good for both of them. Again, one of them is going to draw more coverage depending on.
What do you give that signing 1 to 10? And you can use decimals. Actually, you have to use decimals.
I mean, I think that's pretty high. Like, I think it's like a 7.834.
Oh, okay. Lots of decimals there.
Yep. Put that on the card.
Yeah, 7.834 signing. That's a great on the Caleb score.
Yeah.
What did we summarized those before? It was like Madden ratings, but it was just it's literally just a rating for whoever. I think it was like your initials. Like, do you remember when we were doing that in our friend group back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah. My CPC score. His CPC score is a 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically a mockery of PFF.
Yeah.
Because I'll always mock PFF.
Yeah. Remember when they almost like I could have gotten a job with them? I didn't like get to the interview stage or anything, but like they were like, yeah, go ahead. You can like interview with us.
Watch the film, send in a grade, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody about PFF and that they were on the brain. They have great features. Go ahead.
They have what?
I would say they have great features for watching film and breaking down stuff like that. But like, I just hate how they portray their grades as if they're like stats, and then people consume them as if they're stats. They're literally just opinions.
It's like analytics. A lot of it is like watching dots go across the screen too. Like it's not like you don't get to see. It's watching numbers versus watching film.
Well, they do have film too, and it's like they have their whole database organized really well, so it's super easy to look up like certain player versus certain coverage, running a certain play, and this and that third. Like you can find anything, so that's really cool.
I would have had to just give the most outrageous, atrocious scores to players, and they would have been like, you're in. TJ Watt 7.5. And but you're right. He did. He is bad.
He sucks. Bad. Yeah.
You're right.
So shout out PFF for that.
Come on the show.
Come on the show, PFF. I'll give Davante Adams to the Rams. I'm kind of in the same ballpark. I'll give it a 7-2.
Okay.
I think this will go well.
Okay.
DK to the Steelers. I'll give that a 7-7.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.936.
Yeah. They're paying him a lot of money, but
they're paying him a lot of money, but they have it.
They're not paying a quarterback a lot of money right now, so it's fine.
They don't have a quarterback. I don't know we have any quarterbacks on the roster, honestly, right now, which sucks. We lost Najee, which sucks. We lost Larry Ogunjobi, sucks. Like,
oh man, where'd he end up?
Yep. Anyway,
Bills hype.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I'm like excited about like the one big signing we got. Oh, and Kenneth Gainwell, huge signing.
I didn't know you got Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah. He you know what he does? You know what he does when he has the rock? He gains well.
He gains. He's very good at gaining. He gains very well.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys signed him. That's an interesting running back room.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. I say that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I do think there's what worries me right now with the Steelers. I know we're trying to talk all free agency. Yeah. But what worries me right now with the Steelers is if they do go after Cooper Kupp, does that mean they're going to try to trade away George Pickens to get their second-round pick back?
Yep, I had thought that. I'm like, they could try to recoup at least something that they gave up. And because we had talked about the idea that, I mentioned there are people saying maybe DK is not meant to pair with Pickens. He's meant to replace him.
Yeah.
And now with Kupp available, maybe they do. Maybe they move Pickens
and get Kyler Murray.
I was going to say, I texted you today and told you that my bold prediction is Kyler to the Steelers. I would kind of say working on a theory. It's not really a theory. It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
The vibes are saying Kyler. The vibes are saying Kyler's going to get traded and he's going to go to the Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but I just don't think the Steelers are high enough in the draft. Like, they're too low in the first round, and unless you go after like Jalen Milroe or Jackson Dart, who I love, Jackson Dart mostly because of his name.
Great. It might be the best possible QB name.
It might be the best possible like sports name.
Yeah.
Like, unless there's an NBA player whose last name is Swish or Dunk. Like,
NBA player with last name Swish would be insane.
Yeah. Or a golfer whose last name is Putt. 10-yard
last name is Hole in One.
Hole in One, yeah. Yeah. This is Jonathan Free Throw.
You could have a golfer with last name Driver.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Or a racer.
Realistic.
NASCAR
Whose
driver.
Last name is
Driver. Last name driver.
I was like, last name race car? Doesn't seem likely, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Last name race car.
Or a running back whose last name is like something about gaining yardage productively.
Or like Swift. Like if someone was like Swift.
Yeah.
I
think a running back named like Kenny
Pickens
gains productively.
Oh yes, gains
does a good job at gaining.
All right, we're getting there, way far away from the point.
I don't even remember where we were. Geno Smith got traded to the Raiders.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like we're so behind because we didn't record sports last week.
We are very behind. But I thought we could just give some scores on some of these.
Give some
Geno
scores.
Smith to the Raiders.
Honestly, the Raiders 6.3.
Oh, I'm basing these scores. I've been basing them off the receiving team.
Yeah.
The team that got the player.
Yeah.
But also, this is the first one we did that was a trade.
Nuh-uh.
The others were signings, right?
Nuh-uh.
Who did we do? Oh,
DK Metcalf.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good point. Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Nuh-uh is hard to...
It's hard
to argue.
Try arguing nuh-uh.
Geno to the Raiders. I'll give the Raiders a 5.5.
Yeah, I'd say 6.325.
It's kind of whatever. I like Geno, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't jump off the page to me. They still don't have many receivers. Like, their running back room is atrocious.
You know me, I'm always preaching, do not find yourself stuck in the middle. Just suck or be good.
Yeah.
One or the other.
And unfortunately, that's what the Steelers have been for the past 6 years.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
I've done being really bad. I've done being really good.
You've had like a season or two of mid.
Yeah, we've had a season or two of mid, but I wouldn't say we ever caught ourselves in like a spot where we were stuck in mid.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
2 years.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck in mid.
Yes.
That's not a good spot to be. Daniel Jones to the Colts.
I have not, like, whatever.
5.8.
5.8. I was gonna give like a 4.3. Like, it's just the mid. It's like mid. Like,
he probably runs a 4.3 though. He's got wheels.
4.363.
4.363. Okay. Sam Darnold to Seattle.
I like it. Again, there's not really many weapons there. I got JSN.
6.1 for me.
6.1. Yeah, I was thinking 6.012.
Oh, okay. It's a little shy.
Yeah. So
he doesn't have anything to work with. I shouldn't say anything. He's got
but like you're going
good running back room.
He had the year that he had receiver. To like because he had a great receiver, a great number 2 option, a very good tight end when he was healthy. Solid running back play, a good offensive line with solid defense, like
great coaching.
Yeah. So you're going from it's not I feel like it's not it's a negative move, like not a lateral move, because lateral would be about the same, but like it's a declining move. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. No, it's again, I feel like this is a prime spot to put yourself in. You could get stuck in mid.
But I do think the Seahawks pretty much made a lateral move with Geno and Darnold. I don't think Darnold's that much better than Geno.
Immediately. Yeah. Possibly even a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, he was working with a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
But he is younger, and they do get a draft pick out of it. And Geno might ask for more money.
Like, seriously, like, I know people say, like, every draft pick does matter. Like,
yeah, especially a third-round pick. That's
like,
as a good GM, you should be hitting on that pick. He should play out his entire rookie deal with your team, and hopefully you can work out an extension. Like, that player should hit. The first 3 rounds in particular. Once you get to 4, it's like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I feel like the first 3 rounds, you should hopefully be hitting on those. So you're never going to hit on all of them. Like, you're going to miss.
Are the Vikings planning on just moving forward with McCarthy?
Yeah, I kind of expected that. Yeah. I mean, they drafted him in the top 10.
But Aaron Rodgers has the chance to do the funniest thing.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue the Vikings have the chance to do the funniest thing because they're the ones that would have to want him to come in there.
Yeah, that's true.
But it would be so funny.
It'd be so funny.
so funny.
Both of them had it would be perfect, but
yeah. Another thing that happened while we were away, I guess if you want to call it that. Myles Garrett did not go to the Bills.
Yeah.
So last time we had sports, or last week, we were like, I said, well, we might not have sports unless Myles Garrett goes to the Bills. Then I will get on here and record something.
Yeah.
And turns out it's always the money. It's always the money.
Always the money.
Claimed that he didn't care about the money and was willing to, go to a contender for less money, and he signs for $40 million a year.
Yep.
Can't say I blame him.
No.
But I just would prefer you just be upfront about that.
Like, hey, pay me more and I'll stay. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because he was like, they're gonna have to show me that they're going to be a contending football team, and
we'll spend all our money on you.
Yeah.
Listen, Miles, if we give you a lot of money, you make us a contender.
That probably broke his brain.
Yeah.
Like, what if they're like, listen, how about this? You sign this paper, and I'll tell you what, we've got an all-pro signing today. And I'll tell you who it is. I'll tell you who it is after you sign.
Yeah.
So, he's sticking around.
We have a defensive MVP coming in.
Yeah.
Or defensive player of the year.
Best players in the league.
Yeah, one of the best players of the year is signed with us today if you just signed this paper.
Yeah. Joey Bosa clears anyway.
Yeah. Yep, Joey Bosa to the Bills.
Joey Bosa to the Bills. Very exciting.
How much?
12.6.
He fleeced y'all.
Yeah. Not bad.
No, it's not bad for a pass rusher. Like, if he stays healthy, like, he's very good.
Yeah, so the thing with Joey Bosa, I'm fully aware of why people have the opinion of this is a weird move, he's going to get hurt. And
so did Von Miller.
Exactly. Vaughn was also coming off of an injury, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, like, he's been so productive when he's played. Mm-hmm. It's worth taking a shot, especially when that's the type of piece that's missing for Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Take a shot, take a swing. If he stays healthy, that can truly be the difference in getting over the hump.
Yeah.
And you look at his stats, and at a first glance, you'd say, wow, his career high in sacks per year. What would you think it is? If you had to guess.
17.5.
I would have said probably the same. I would have said, yeah, he probably was pushing 20 one year. No. Career high, 12.5.
Really?
That's it. Yeah. But it's because he's always missing games.
Uh-huh.
So, but when you look at how many sacks he has on his career and how many games he's played, I believe it was 106 games, and he has 72 sacks. So he's almost averaging like 70% of games he's getting a sack.
Yeah.
That's really a really high rate.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can just stay healthy, I know it's a big if.
Yeah.
But man, if he does, that's going to be huge for us. So I'm very excited about it. And he's an Ohio State legend. So naturally, I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go to the Niners with his brother, but apparently the Niners have no money, and even though their cap is fake.
Yeah. Are they really doing all this, clearing all this cap to extend Brock Purdy?
Are they doing it, or are they like trying to be like, All right, is it because he's in contract year right now, right? Like going in like this season. Maybe they don't want to pay him, so they're like, if he plays bad,
we're gonna we're
gonna suck, and we're gonna go.
Let's just get ahead of it and just.
Oh man, you know the Niners would love to have a Manning on their team.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like that would be just make the most sense. Like,
and I feel like the Mannings would love to have a Shanahan on their Manning's coaching staff.
Yep.
So, because I know it's not Eli or Peyton's kid, but I feel like they're gonna really have their fingers all over where he goes.
Yep.
So he will land in a good spot one way or another, I'm sure. What else did we have here? It's funny, it's been so long that like I have notes.
Justin
forever.
Fields
I have
to
a
the
note.
Jets.
Funny enough, I was just about to say my first note in my sports notes is Fields for QB1 in Pittsburgh. Steelers reportedly unimpressed with this year's draft class and appear to want to re-sign Justin Fields for QB1.
I wish. I would have loved that.
They were outbid. Apparently they did bid.
Okay.
He got what, $40 million over 2 years?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I believe what I read was Pittsburgh offered him $30 million over 2 years with significantly less guaranteed, like 5 or 10 mil less guaranteed than he got.
Which is fair. Like I would again, 10 mil. Yeah. Like you gotta take it.
Yeah. I don't blame him. It'll be interesting. And it'll be really interesting if you guys end up getting Rodgers because you and Tanner will switch quarterbacks.
Yeah.
In a way, even though it was Rusty most of the time.
Yeah.
But I love Justin Fields. It's cool to see him pairing back up with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I've said before that like the Jets bother me the least in the division. I think still in general I would prefer to not have my favorite players on division rivals. But if he has to go to a team in the division, I'd rather it be the Jets than the Dolphins or Pats. So let's ride. Fair. Yeah. I'm excited to see how he does.
DeAndre Hopkins to the Ravens.
I have to admit something about this.
Yeah.
So when we were recording regular Yap, Yelling at Pigeons, this news broke while we were recording. I'm like, oh, I even mentioned it. I'm like, oh, D-Hop to the Ravens. I was like, I'm certain he retired. I got ball sacked. I got ball sacked weeks ago, like the week immediately after the Super Bowl, like 2 days after the Super Bowl, and didn't even know until now. Because I looked it up and I was like, am I crazy? Did he not retire? And I searched Hopkins retire in Twitter, and I found it. It was a fake Adam Schefter that got me. And
Adam Schefter,
probably Adam Schefter.
Adam Schefter. Hardly know her.
I hardly know her. Anyway, but, I pride myself and think of myself as a man that does not get ball sacked, or sent-held, as there's a drive to deep left field by Castellanos, and that'll be a. Okay, so that sucks. Yeah, I got ball sacked. But D-Hop to the Ravens. This is a very Ravens move.
So Ravens. That's so Ravens.
That's so Ravens.
We gotta use that.
That should be a new segment. That's so Raven, where it's the Ravens do something that's so typical of them. I'm going to download some That's So Raven sound effects.
Just zoom into one of our eyes when we...
And it's D-Hop right on the Ravens.
Oh, man.
That's so Raven.
That's so Ravens.
Oh, that's man. Good. How do Ravens fans not have like That's So Raven merch or something?
Yeah. That would be awesome.
But yeah, very typical to bring an event at his stage. I'll give this one. I'll give it also a 6-1 because I do think it has good potential.
Yeah,
but they're not going to ask a ton of him. He doesn't have to be the guy. They have other weapons.
He can be your goal line guy now. 2-point conversion guy.
He can just be a reliable third down target, goal line target.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5-point.
I like it.
7-2-1.
Okay. Good score. We should mention that Josh Allen got a new 6-year contract.
Yeah,
$330
million. Is anybody
million.
winning like him right now?
Bro, he's
white boy of the year.
He's having a run. Yeah, he's having a run right now. I mean, you get the guy. If the Bills could have managed to win the Super Bowl, it would maybe be the greatest 6-month span in the history of mankind.
But
he won MVP. He got engaged to Haley Steinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
He got $250 million fully guaranteed.
That's insane.
And just is vibing.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be...
Yeah.
What a time.
Who should the MVP should have been? Josh Allen.
I lost your audio. I don't know if you've lost mine.
Do you have mine now?
If you can hear me, then, yeah, that works. Nodding your head. Okay. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all.
A little concerning.
You can't hear me at all? Mine's lighting up like you can hear me.
Let's see. All right, I don't know what to do about that.
Mine's showing that it's lighting up. Luke might have to solo pod the rest of this.
I cannot hear Caleb at all. I don't know if you guys can. I mean, apparently Caleb can.
They can because it's lighting up, and I'm
concerned that I'm not going to have any audio for him. But what's interesting? Oh! I just figured it out. I bet right now Caleb is telling me to check and make sure that my headphones are on.
Did they die?
That's probably what it is, and I'm going to do that.
Did they die? His headphones might have died.
It says they're connected. Maybe I could try reconnecting them.
Headphones may have died.
Let me try that. Talk about ball or something until
then. WWE. I'm gonna go back into the WWE bag. Bradley, me and you, Bradley. Jose had texted me, asked me about the John Cena thing. He was like, "I thought John Cena was always the good guy." And then he was like, "I thought The Rock was always the good guy." They have been the good guys like recently, but over the past year or so, Jose, this is for you. They have turned what we call turning heel, and they are now bad guys. Everybody hates them, and just like everybody hates Chris. So they get a lot of boos. Can Luke hear me?
Finally. I feel safe saying that it recorded your audio the whole time. Because when I turned my headphones off, it started coming through my computer right away.
Yeah. It was lighting up. I could hear myself speaking about WWE.
Yeah. I was just mostly concerned that there was going to be an issue like when we try to edit. But yeah, we should be good. Sorry about
it was
that.
Lighting up and it was showing my volume thing going. But anyway, so John Cena and The Rock both turned heel last year when they've been primarily like faces, good guys in the WWE, and people are confused. But we'll see what happens. Cody Rhodes is like the biggest face in the league, right? In the WWE right now. And sorry, I had to tell Jose. Jose was texting me about WWE last week and asking me questions. So I figured I'd talk to him and Bradley real quick.
Yeah. I mean, that's not technically... The Rock did play football, so...
Okay. Listen,
that's kind of football.
Will say that I know ball about anything and everything. We could be talking about a Chili's triple dipper, and you'd be like, "Oh, I get the egg rolls, the mozzarella cheese, and the little mouth bites."
Yeah,
and I'd be like, "Oh, you'd be like, yeah, you know ball."
Yeah,
we're just talking ball. Talking ball about anything.
I think Denver. This is kind of just diving right back into it, but I feel like Denver's kind of had a good start at free agency. I like what they've done.
Okay, I haven't really seen what they've done.
So they brought in Talanoa Hufanga. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but you know who he is from 49ers. Mm-hmm. They also signed Dre Greenlaw from the Niners, who I don't know how I feel about because he is good, but he quit on his team.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Is he the one that just makes sure that everybody recycles?
Maybe.
That's the Greenlaw.
Yeah. And they also brought in Evan Ingram, who I think is so underrated.
Yeah.
I love Evan Ingram. So, nice little reliable target for Bo Nix. Did you see Bo Nix was on the podcast that we aren't? I saw his clip on Twitter. He was on Breadbasket.
I did not.
It's the second time I've ever heard of Breadbasket. First time being when we were told that we're not them. He was on there drafting stadium foods.
Ah.
So, like, Bo, come on the show.
Bo, come on.
We are two hosts.
I'm on the Bo Nix train.
Yeah, there's two hosts that are on the Bo Nix train and love Bo Nix, and then one that refuses to admit that you're good because he's too stubborn to admit that he's wrong. Yeah. So,
hey, listen, Bo, like I've never said that you were a bad player. I just said that I didn't like you when you played at Auburn. And I think you can probably admit that.
That's fair.
That's fair.
And also, I have always said you're a fun player. I just said that you were a fun player that's not good at football.
Bo Nix is a rich man's Drew Lock, I feel like.
Yeah, I love Drew Lock.
I love Drew Lock so much. But I think you're like a little jealous because like you can't afford like if you were walking by and you had your mom was like, "Oh, we have Bo Nix at home," and it was Drew Lock.
And it's just,
you still love it,
yeah,
but it's still good.
yeah, yeah.
But you're just like,
I go home and it's like, you know, you open up the cereal box and it's like she actually put a bag of Drew Locks in there, but the box still says Bo Nix. She's trying to trick you.
Bo's.
Yeah, they're Bo's.
Bo's Nix.
Maybe there are people that would say maybe I have animosity towards Bo Nix because he is what I thought Drew Lock would be.
Yeah.
And to that, I would say that's hypothetical. Why would I entertain that? So, in other news, that's not that big a deal, but I'm a Bills fan, so I'm going to mention it. The Bills traded Kaiir Elam, who was probably I didn't realize that. Yeah, traded him today, like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. This is probably Brandon Beane's worst draft pick of his career, and I love Brandon Beane, but he was so bad for us, and I really hope he turns it around in Dallas. I'm glad he went somewhere where it doesn't really affect me if he does good, because I want him to do well. He's super athletic. He didn't put it together. I don't know why. I know it wasn't really a scheme fit, so hopefully he can get that straight. But he goes to Dallas, which is ironic because going into that draft, Derek, our buddy Derek, who is a huge Cowboys fan, that was like his DB number 1 in that draft.
Yeah.
Was Kaiir Elam. So now he gets him, except he has been awful. So we'll see how that goes. But best of luck to him. Bills get a couple late picks and send a late pick. Pretty much nothing.
The Steelers signed Jets cornerback Brandon Eccles. Don't know anything about him.
Okay.
5 interceptions and 16 pass breakups and 2 pick sixes during his tenure in New York.
Nice.
That's all I know.
Yeah, the Bills actually signed 2 safeties today. Speaking of DBs.
Oh, and Darius Slay went to the Steelers.
Yes.
Which I
Slay
like.
Queen.
Big play Slay.
Slay.
Oh.
Every time he gets a pick or something, you have to be like, Slay. Bill signed Damar Hamlin. Prayers for Damar.
Yeah.
Signed Damar Hamlin to a 1-year deal. Thought for sure he'd be a Steeler.
I thought he was 1,000% going to the Steelers.
I literally don't.
Next year.
Like, I'll never know. There's no way of knowing. But I feel like he returned to the Bills because the Steelers were like, not yet. We're not in position to sign you yet. Like, we have other interests. And he's like, okay, I'll go back to the Bills for 1 more year, and I'll check again next year.
DeMarcus Lawrence is getting 3 years, $42 million from Seattle?
Oh, I did see he signed there. I did not see the details of it.
That's a lot of money for someone who's 32.
That is a lot of money for someone who's 32. I'd rather pay someone who's 29 and was a stud at Ohio State, and I'd rather give him 12.6. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
That's just me. But yeah, shout out to DeMar coming back. Van Jefferson going to the Titans from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Huge news. Glad we covered that.
Yep. Look, I might have to bounce in like 10, actually.
Yeah. So Caleb does have to leave early today.
Again,
not really early, but just he has to go somewhere.
It's wing night again, and I need a ride.
Let's go. Nice.
Sorry, guys. Nobody says that we're doing wing night, and then they say the day of when me and Luke plan to record on the day of. So
yeah,
whatever.
We should also mention, I thought this was a little surprising. It's not a huge superstar, so I guess in that sense is never surprising. But the Eagles trading C.J. Gardner-Johnson and a 6th to the Texans, who are trading another lineman because they also traded Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders.
Yeah.
Their line was bad last year, and the only ones that were good enough to be capable of receiving anything in exchange, they're trading them.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
I mean, really, what are they doing? Like, you have to protect your franchise QB, and I understand they're probably preparing to pay him in a year or so, but someone's got to block in the meantime, or else you're going to be paying someone that's recovering from an ACL or something.
Yeah. Also, is Zach Wilson the future of the Miami Dolphins?
Yes. Zach Wilson
I like it a lot.
Confirmed. He is the future of the Miami Dolphins.
I like it a lot because, I mean, Tua's going to get hurt. We all know. And they just have so many options for him to throw to.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got thrown off track. I didn't realize the Cowboys have been not making like crazy moves, but I thought they had literally done nothing except for the Elam trade. But like, I didn't know Javonte Williams was a free agent. They signed him.
Oh, I didn't either.
So it's a breakdown of the Cowboys' moves from My Sports Update. Traded for Kenneth Murray, good player. Didn't know he was traded. Didn't know went to Dallas. Maybe that just happened. I have no idea. Traded for Kyer Elam. Javonte Williams.
I didn't know
Javonte Williams. I did not know
he was a free agent.
Me either.
Yeah.
Very confused by that. Did not know that at all.
I had to look him up just to double check I wasn't thinking of the wrong guy.
Yeah, no, that's a good signing. I like it. They also
they've been struggling
Thomas.
at running back for the past few years.
Yeah, and granted, he's not a sure thing solution. Yeah, but
he's
I do like it.
24 years old.
Yeah, young, good player.
He was born in 2000. That's insane.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Should be illegal to like make me feel that old.
Yeah.
They also signed Solomon Thomas, who I think is a good player. They brought in Peyton Turner, Jack Sanborn, and Robert Jones as well. So not like a super flashy offseason, but they are moving more than I thought. They've got a little bit of motion.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Yeah.
They cleared $1 gazillion, and I can't imagine they've spent even close to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But you have time for a grid?
Yeah,
before you leave?
I got 6 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
I just need to catch the car, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So pull up this grid.
And I'm not going for low. I'm just going, if I know it, I know it.
Okay.
Speed run
grid. All right. Commanders Dolphins is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep. Is there one easier for Commanders Dolphins that we can do Commanders Bengals?
Oh, because you don't know another Commander Bengal.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I see. Yeah, off the dome, I'm not sure.
If it was Dolphins Bengals, I would have said Mike Gesicki, but it's not.
Yeah, that's true.
Bengals
Commanders. That really has me thinking now. Because obviously
5,000 career rushing yards. Vikings, Adrian Peterson.
Yes, easy money.
And make sure it's the right one.
Oh yeah, that would not be good. Shout out to Bears, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
what a stud. 30%.
Well, that's
5,000 career rushing. Dolphins is Thurman Thomas.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Joe Mixon has to have 5,000, right?
There's just no way he doesn't. There's no way he doesn't.
I'll be bamboozled. Great.
Nope, we got it. Bronco. Well,
Nick Chubb, or not Bradley Chubb. Nick Chubb. Bradley Chubb is Dolphins, Broncos.
I was gonna say Brandon Marshall.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Smoking Jay. Broncos Vikings is, and this player played for both. Fun fact: played for both the Broncos and the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And he played football, and it is.
I know you had something.
No. I almost wanted to say Sage Rosenfels for a second, but I don't feel good enough about him playing in Denver.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some guys that have popped around.
Washington Bengals.
Okay, so Commanders, Vikings, we can do McNabb.
Yep.
Just get that out of the way. Donovan McNabb. 5%. Nice.
Wow.
And then I'm really kind of stumped on Broncos. On Broncos in general, low-key.
Yeah.
Because Broncos and Vikings, I feel like is right on the tip of my tongue. And it makes for great podcasting, too.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a running back.
Could Case Keenum be on both?
Oh, yes. Case Keenum.
I'm just thinking of. I was just thinking of Vikings players that.
Yeah.
Did he play?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you want? And then Broncos, Bengals. I was going to say for Broncos, Vikings, by the way, I was going to throw out maybe a Latavius Murray. I feel like you can always throw out Latavius Murray.
Yeah, I love Latavius Murray.
50% chance that'll be right. Okay, Broncos, Bengals is soon to be T. Higgins.
Why am I picturing Andy Dalton in a Broncos jersey? I don't think so, but
I don't think so either. It feels right, but I don't think so. But I like where your head's
I just
at.
pictured just like him with an orange all the time.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of QB, maybe. But I only low-key know like 3 Bengals QB. Oh, I have one I have an idea, and it might not be good, but I want to hear what you think.
Okay.
Brett Rippon.
Okay.
Broncos, Bengals.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Should we try it? We don't have a ton of time.
Do we want to fill one of the Ryan Fitzpatrick's first?
Okay. Well, we know we can use either of these for Fitzy.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT, played for everybody. Do we have another option for either of them before we do that?
No.
Dolphins, Commanders. Dolphins should have been a place that Deshaun Jackson played for like 1 season.
Yeah, it should have been.
Maybe Jason Campbell didn't play for Miami, did he?
Ooh, he feels like it.
I feel like it too, but I don't know. There's got to be.
Is there a running back in there
or something? Yeah, or a running back. Maybe. No. Could it be? There's probably one that's so obvious that we're just not thinking of.
Wait, did Jason Campbell play for Cincinnati at the end?
He could have played for either of these teams.
And
I would not be shocked.
I don't hate it. I feel like the Steelers might have played him once or twice. I don't know if he started, but I don't know.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all.
We got like 0 time left.
Okay. Jason Campbell. Let's give it a try.
Whoa!
Oh, nice pull.
When you said Jason Campbell, I was like,
I think pull. I'm curious if he played for Miami or not.
Yeah. Fitzy.
Okay, and then we'll do Fitzy
and Rippon.
We'll round it off with. Round it off with Rippon. Ryan Fitzpatrick. All right, here we go. Did Brett Rippon play for both of these teams?
No,
he didn't.
All right, well, we'll talk
about next week. I feel like it was a solid guess.
I got to eat chicken wings.
Caleb's got to go eat wings. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. You can tune in again next week. And, yeah, we'll probably have a bunch of more NFL news because the offseason never seems to stop. So, we'll see you guys then. And until then, have a good week. Peace.